lately I've been kind of finding myself in this really in-between phase of wanting to buy more things and add them to my wardrobe and kind of create this new style for myself, really up level my style, up level how I dress myself, how I show up in the world, almost like a bit of a reinvention. And then on the other hand, I'm kind of like, I want to stop shopping for a year. I want to try minimalism. I want to stop spending money on things and spend more on experiences. Or I want to stop spending money on things and save more money for my future. And so it's really confusing when I come up against these two versions of myself. Because on one hand, I want to go to that better place, that better version of me that shows up better and dresses better and steps into this new style, because I feel like my style, especially as someone who obviously has main interest is fashion and style in particular, and how we use our clothes to express ourselves and show a certain side of ourselves, having that as my thing almost, it really does feel like it feels really conflicting. When on the other hand, I'm like, I just want to stop buying things. I just want to stop buying clothes. I want to stop buying shoes. I want to stop scrolling on Vinted every day. And I want to stop getting parcels in the post every day. I don't every day, but I feel like I've been quite good lately at, getting into my wardrobe and giving it a really nice declutter. I've sold so much on Vinted myself lately. I have like £200 in a little pot that I had bookmarked for a pair of shoes I wanted that cost £200. And even though I've been so good at purging and getting rid of things, and it felt so good to get things out of my home and out of my space, somehow I always manage to fill those spaces again by either ordering something new, or I'll just go out and like randomly pick up something. Not necessarily clothes, could be just like a random notebook or a book or just stuff, And then there's £200 that I've put aside for a pair of shoes. Now I'm kind of like, do I even want these shoes? Like, what value are they really going to add to my life? Maybe I could just save this £200, or maybe I could go on a holiday instead, or I feel like there's so many better things I could do with that money. But yeah, there's still a part of me that's like, I really want those shoes though. So I'm feeling so conflicted. But I think I'm more likely to side with the version of me who wants to pare back, who wants to buy less, spend less, because I feel like I can't go wrong by trying that out, I can always spend money on this side, buy more things, and then regret it, but I don't feel like I can regret paring back or regret stopping buying things, because if I regret it, it's fine, I can just start shopping again, or I can spend some money. I feel like I can't really do it the other way around. I posted a reel the other day on Instagram. I don't think I posted as a short here, but I said I wanted to stop shopping for a year, and I really want to do it, but I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid to make that commitment because I feel like I may fail, and I don't want to fail. And I've tried different things here and there. I've tried just buying one item a month, and then it goes well for a while, and then I have a bad month, and then I just splurge. And then I'm like, well, I've kind of failed already, so... Or sometimes I just forget that was my intention, and I just start shopping again. Like this year. I think last year was the first year I tried that, in 2022. 2023 was supposed to be like really intentional shopping, no impulse shopping. And it's been fine. I don't think I've bought that much necessarily, or I haven't really bought things that I haven't worn, but still just feels like too much. It just feels like I've got too much stuff, and it's not that I don't want it, because I do. Everything individually I want. Hold everything up to me, I'm like, yes, I want that, yes, I want that, yes, I want that. But collectively, I'm like, I don't want all this. I don't want all this stuff. Comment below if you've ever felt like this. I feel like it's just a really odd place to be when fashion and style and clothing is your hobby / part-time job, side hustle. it can be hard to try and like kind of break away from that. I also work full-time in fashion, so I'm constantly surrounded by clothing and newness and, you know, new season trends, and I just want to buy more stuff, and I get excited about new things because I love the idea of putting together new things and being like, oh, if I had this one new thing in my wardrobe, I could create all these new outfits. How cool would that be? Which is great if I actually wear them. So yeah, there's this trying to find this balance between the two. But I definitely think it's time to try not shopping for a year, because I've been thinking about this probably for like 2 or 3 years. Probably when I first read the book, Stuffification, I can't remember who it's by, but I think I've read it once fully, and then I've kind of gone back to it a few times to read a few chapters for inspiration. But it's a really amazing book, and it's basically just about like just living well what you need and not excess. And just the idea that the amount of clutter in your home correlates to the amount of stress in your life, literally the amount of cortisol in your system. Women in particular, apparently doesn't affect men as much, so the studies show. So it's just like all this clutter and having too many things to tidy all the time, too many things to wash up, and too many things to put in the laundry, and then to dry them, and then to iron them and fold them and put them away again, only to wear them again, and the cycle begins. Just a lot of things to clean. Like, you could spend your time, or I could spend my time doing something so much better than looking after my stuff, you know. So why do we want to acquire so much stuff? What is it that makes us want all the stuff? And I know it's advertising, and it's other people influencing us to want things that they have. It's like you sell the experience. You sell like what it's going to feel like to have this thing. You're not selling the thing, because the thing itself maybe isn't even that interesting, but you're selling the experience of what your life will be like when you have the thing. So like for me, it could be, say, a pair of shoes, but I see the shoes, I don't see a pair of shoes, I see they're elegant, sophisticated, and if I wear them, I'm going to be elegant and sophisticated, and it's just going to make me feel up levels. It's going to make me feel so put together and chic and stylish, and that's what I'm buying into. However, I have plenty of like elegant, sophisticated things in my wardrobe if I just pair them together, but I need these shoes, right? This is just like the last piece I need, and then my wardrobe's complete. And then in another month, it's like, oh, actually, I just need this piece, and then my wardrobe's complete. So it's just a bit of a never-ending cycle. And although I'm never going to give up fashion for good, I just think it'd be a really fun challenge. I think it would make me sit back, kind of take stock of, how do I express myself without my clothing? Like, am I only using my clothing to express myself, or to feel a certain way, or do I actually make changes in my actual life to feel like that? Like, if I want to feel more successful, for example, instead of buying a coat that makes me look more successful, for example, like, am I actually putting work into making myself more successful? Like, am I sitting down in the evenings doing some extra work, pushing my business, seeing how else I can, you know, expand my reach on social media or on YouTube, or on, you know, how can I make time to film more videos so I get more views? Am I contributing to that, or am I just like, well, if I buy this coat, I'm gonna look really fucking successful? It's like, am I putting the effort into my actual life to change things, or am I using my clothing as a crutch? Clothing as self-expression is amazing. It's an art form. You know, colors can make you feel certain things. How you put things together can just make you feel so creative, or just really feel like you're expressing yourself. But when that's the only thing you're doing to express yourself, if you're not actually using your voice to express yourself, or, you know, if you have an online presence, like, use that to express yourself. You know, use your words, use your, you know, even journaling to like express my own feelings of how I'm feeling. Write it in a journal. Don't just try to bottle it down and be like, I'll just buy something to cheer myself up. It can be an amazing tool, and it can also, like I said, be a bit of a crutch. So I think I just want to take a step back and assess how I support myself without using my crutch. And I know I've got loads of clothes. I know I'm still going to be well dressed for the year. It's just scary to think it's like FOMO. I'm afraid of missing out on something that might pop up that I'm like, I can't buy it because I can't shop for a year. At the same time, if somebody took something out of my wardrobe from this year that I bought, or took everything that I bought out of my wardrobe this year, would it be that impactful, or would I be like, oh, it's fine, I'm kind of over it now? Please don't take my cost dress, because this is like the most amazing summer dress I've ever owned. But that's how I want to feel about my clothing. I want to have those kind of pieces on, like this piece, I love it. If I only had one dress, that's it. I want to feel like that about all my items, or majority. So another reason to have less things is because you really just are left with the pieces that you love and feel so good in. Just a bit of a rambly one for me today, but this is just kind of my train of thought. And before I can film anything else today, I feel like I needed to just sit down and get this out of the way, because it's a weird one. I don't want to stop shopping, but I do. So I think I need to go. I feel like this is like the little devil on my shoulder is like, buy this one more thing. And then we've got the angel is like, how about trying a bit of minimalism? How about trying, just, having less stuff. See what that's like. I'm going to go this way. I don't know when I'm going to start. I haven't decided yet. Annoyingly, I'm like, I actually just want to buy this one other pair of shoes first. So I had set that money aside for this pair of Vanelli shoes, which I shared about. I'll pop a little picture here. I shared about these. They're just kind of like Chanel style shoe that I've wanted for years. And I think I've had a couple of like dupes here and there. But they just never were quite that comfortable, so I never really wore them that much. And now that I'm looking at them and I have the money to buy them, I'm like, do I still want them? And I was just looking up to see if there was any other dupes. Maybe I don't have to spend 200 quid. Maybe I could spend half that or whatever and get still a comfortable shoe that I will wear. And then I just see loads of like the same, like that style of shoe on like Shein and Temu or whatever it's called. And I'm like, is this shoe even classy anymore? Like, obviously Chanel is super classy, but like if everyone's doing fakes and knockoffs, like, is this even a classy look anymore? Like, if you can buy it for 15 quid on Shein. And then I do, in a way, feel like maybe they're not my style anymore. Maybe they're a bit too classy for me. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't suit me. Annoyingly, I can't. They're coming from America if I order them. So to pay like 50 quid in customs. So like, if they're not right, I'm probably not going to return them because I'll have lost all my customs fee. And that's why I'm hesitant. Yeah. If I could just buy them in store, I'd go try them on and then decide. But yeah. Anyway, so I thought maybe I'll buy a different pair of shoes that are like a quarter of the price that I can just buy. I could try them on in store. They're a bit cooler, a bit edgier maybe. Like a little bit more like edgy, sexy even. Still feminine, but not in a super classy way. And I think they might be a little bit more me. They're just like this black velvet kitten heel. And I'm like, yes, I kind of just want that. So that's the one pair of shoes I want to buy before I stop shopping. I have been trying not to kind of put anything else on my wish list for now as well. I had a few like replacement items on my wish list, like some cashmere jumpers and stuff that over the last few years they've kind of, the ones I had have just like gotten a bit small, so like the sleeves are a bit short, or it's a bit too small on the body, or they're just kind of a bit torn or beyond repair. I haven't replaced any of them. I would like to, but I think I can get through a winter without it at the same time. I feel like I'm at a stage in my life as well where I'm like, so many things could change in the next year that anything I buy now, I may not even want to wear in a year's time. So what's the harm in just waiting a year to shop again? Like, everything I have now I feel like works for me. In a year's time I could be in a completely different place. Maybe I will be working somewhere different, or working for myself permanently, which would be amazing. If you want that to happen for me, please subscribe. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be living somewhere different. You just never know what can happen, and your clothing is so changeable based on your lifestyle. So yeah, why am I hoarding clothes now that may or may not work? in a couple of years' time. I just want to have those key pieces that, you know, have less things that will probably last like decades, but that's where my head's at. Let me know if you've ever kind of had this angel devil on your shoulder moment where you're just thinking, I want to stop shopping, but I really want to shop. So what did you do about it? Did you decide to go down the no shopping route, or did you stay on the shopping path but always kind of have that in the back of your mind? Would love to know your experience, because I will share mine, and I will definitely share when I actually stop shopping. It's going to happen. It's going to happen this year as well. I feel like maybe before the end of the year. It's getting closer. The craving for this to happen is getting stronger, because I know I've talked about it before, but now I'm like really thinking about it. Yeah. Okay. It's scary to put that out there. Now you're going to be waiting for me to stop shopping, but I will do it. I will let you know when I do, and I'll keep you updated on my journey. Thank you so much for listening to my rambles today. If you are interested in anything to do with capsule wardrobes, living with less, making your wardrobe work for you, then definitely do subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you as part of our community. You can also check out my playlist on the screen for all your capsule wardrobe goodness, and also for some fashion wellness advice as well, on how you can feel a little bit better in your clothing. Speak to you all really soon. Bye.